to maintain their 100% record in Ligue 1 this month when they welcome Lille to the Orange Velodrome. Following their Europa League exit at the hands of Aston Villa in midweek, all LOSC have to focus on is ensuring they return to the highest level of European football they can next season. After a Coupe de France exit, that's also true of OM. And they were in pole position outside of the runaway top two, 5 points ahead of Les Dogs before kick-off. But it was the visitors who had the first real opportunity of the contest when Galael Mukau's deflected effort ended up narrowly wide after 6 minutes. And Marseille were then dealt a blow a few minutes later, a literal blow for Mason Greenwood. Calvin Verdonk taking one for the team, taking out the Englishman to prevent a counter-attack. Tensions simmering afterwards, and Greenwood ultimately forced off a couple of minutes after, seemingly due to the impact of that challenge. It wasn't quite the negative that it might have seemed to be, though. As his replacement, Ethan Nwaneri, would go on to make quite the impact. Before that, though, it was Les Dogs back on the attack. Matthias Fernandez Pardo played in, drawing a decent save from Geronimo Rulli. Following a lull in proceedings, the match sparks back into life just before half-time when Igor Paixão went on a driving run down the left, produced the perfect cutback, and it was slotted into the bottom corner by the Arsenal loanee. Nwaneri, one day after his 19th birthday, having his second goal and his 7th appearance for OM. With his 4 in the Premier League, that makes 6 league goals in total. Only Lamine Yamal has scored more in Europe's top 5 leagues among players born in 2007 or later. An ex-Gunner then almost doubled the lead. In first half stoppage time, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang racing through on goal. Berker Urza coming out, making himself big but paying a price. The Lille stopper caught by a flailing arm, ultimately needing to be replaced due to a head injury. So Lille with work to do, a goal down and minus their first choice stopper. But they got to that work very quickly, 3 minutes after the restart, and they'd levelled the scoreline. Thomas Meunier sent a low cross into the box, and after the Marseille defence failed to clear, the Belgian followed up and drilled home his first goal of the season. The away side had the ball in the back of the net again shortly after when Fernandez Pardo broke through and finished with aplomb, only for his effort to be chalked off for offside. Fine margins, certainly. Marseille struggled to create chances following the equaliser. Had to wait until the 73rd minute for another opportunity when Amin Gouiri sent a powerful effort wide of the far post and just outside the 18-yard box. But that was the exception as Lille finished the contest the stronger, and after Hakon Haraldsson is denied by Rulli from point-blank range, pressure would eventually tell. A potential future London legend started the scoring. A bona fide one would bookend the contest. Goalscorer Meunier turned provider, whipping across into the head of who else but Olivier Giroud. He did what he does best, nodded home his 10th of the season. Another Lille late show. They've scored 22 goals in the final 15 minutes of Ligue 1 matches this season. Only Bayern Munich have more among Europe's top 5 leagues. LOSC saw out the remainder of the game and thus moved within 2 points of their hosts, with Lyon losing as well. Just 2 points now separates third from fifth going into the international break.